Hello everyone, and welcome to the very first Saga of Dice R&D reacts to the Warhammer Preview Show.
Hello everyone!
Oh,
and
I can hear myself.
To the very first
That's you, not
Saga
me.
of
Yeah, I
Dice R&D reacts to the Warhammer
Wait,
Preview
that's not me,
Show.
is it?
Oh,
Yeah, I've muted
Oh!
you. That's you, not me.
This
Amateur.
is just the professionalism that you've come to expect from the show. Welcome everyone.
We figured out how to do different backgrounds. As you see, we're channeling our hype.
Yes. So you ruined my joke.
We can make it reality.
You ruined my joke. I was gonna say we're not, as you can tell from our backgrounds or something to this effect, we are not biased in the slightest. Please, hey Jamesy, how's it going? I think we're good. So we've uploaded. We've started a little bit sooner than the show is supposed to begin because Games Workshop is not. They don't upload their thing ahead of time. So I'm going to pull that off of here. There we go. So once they go live, I'm going to try and keep an eye on it here. Dang it. Gosh darn it. There we go. Okay. I've got us back. Is this going to mess anything up? No, it's not. Okay. I just can't. Okay.
We're not driving. We're just expecting Gato to do the right thing, and that's guess yes.
Yes, exactly.
Or else I'm going to do the right thing and send them a nice big squig in the mail.
Nice. Oh man.
I don't know what that involves yet. What's that thing?
We're not biased. So there's two armies that, for lack of a better
questions up.
For lack of a better word, that deserve a book. That's Beasts of Chaos and that's Gits, because they're the two oldest books. Do the right thing, GW. Okay? I know they're not going to, but we've got our biases up and running. We've set ourselves up for disappointment. It's going to be a good show.
I've just posted our link on the Games Workshop one.
Nice. So, also,
safety button.
Let us know. We're gonna watch the whole thing. We have no idea what order they're gonna do things in. So, as of right now, we're probably just gonna watch the whole thing, and just kind of have fun, react. Be happy or sad as whatever is dictated.
Have you seen the questions that are up?
Which questions?
The stream's now doing questions and answers.
Oh, okay.
The first
they
one
have
is
the stream
question
up.
7.
Okay.
How many different Marnius Calgar models have ever been produced? Is it A, B, C, or D? 2, 3, 4. Oh, they've already given the answer.
Oh, I'm going to say 3. I haven't seen it yet.
It was 3.
Okay. Warhammer reveals incoming. So it's not on this page.
No, I just went to the actual Twitch and it was there.
Oh, okay. I've got that open too. There they are. There they are. Okay. Can we see? Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Although people can't see the.
And we're on the bottom. Nice, you got it working.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I've got the bottom of it as well. So actually, I can fix that, and make it look a little better.
How would you want to do the sound for it when Neds is playing? You gonna run it through yours, or should I just mute our meeting thing so that we can just watch it?
I was gonna leave our sound up. I'm willing to take suggestions from the chat though.
I mean, we could test it for the first one and see.
It's kind of fun.
How many Necromunda House are closest to ship?
So there's also House Deloc at the bottom, which the stream can't see if they're watching it here.
Yeah. I would say it's the Deluxe.
You're going to say Deloc? I'm going to say Deloc too.
Yeah.
If it's not Deloc, which is D by the way, the chat can't see, I'm going to say it Orlock, but I don't know. Oh, Goliath! We're both. I took 2 shots of that and I was still wrong. I had a 50-50 shot. I don't know anything about Necromunda. It's not my thing. So, okay, so yeah, I was thinking of leaving. Can you guys hear can everyone hear everything okay in the chat? And Dale, can you say something and we'll make sure that you're
Potatoes. The Goliath, potatoes.
If someone in the chat can let us know how that. This is fun though.
Well, when you were talking and we had the theme, you were obviously coming through.
No, I know I'm coming through. I want to make sure that you're about the same level as me. But yeah, so another thing too, while we're waiting for to hear how we're doing. This is fun. Like I'm really excited.
Imperial House had the entire home world abducted by Bellicral and turned into Shadow.
So House Raven is the one you can't see.
I'm gonna go for C.
Hawk Shroud? I do like Hawk Shroud.
Because it sounds very, shadowy, Hawk Shroud.
I'm going to go with House Raven. D. Audio's good. Thanks, Jamesy. Much appreciated. So I'm thinking we're going to leave it up. Let me know in the chat if you can't hear them as well. Right? If you want it. Oh, nice. House Raven. Yeah, I finally got one. If you can't hear them as well, or you want me to turn them up or down, the only problem is that Dale's audio is tied into that. It's done through my desktop because I'm still not good at this. So let us know, but keep that in mind, right? And or I wonder if I might be able to turn you down in Zoom. Is that how I would do it?
I mean, we don't really need to talk to them unless they're like doing.
No, it's true.
Or something, and then I can just try and. Depending on how exciting it is, depending on it gets.
Yeah, well, that's why I want to keep it up, because if it gets I want to react, or if it's like something like Skaven, even like if it's Skaven come to Warcry properly with a new warband, I'm gonna freak out. I'm not gonna lie.
Machine and faction games that is with the age of the Tau Empire during the conflict of Tyranny.
Oh, 1 second.
Necrons. D.
Aid of the Tau Empire. Ooh.
I mean, it could actually be A, because the orcs when they got into
orcs. I was thinking orcs or Necrons, yeah. I'm gonna go with orcs. just for the heck of it. Drukhari! There you go!
This is our knowledge of 40k.
Yeah. I mean, I have a decent knowledge of it, to be honest, but they're just not asking any... Well, I got Marnius Calgar. That one I actually was...
I have a good knowledge of Horus Heresy, but that's about it.
I'm halfway through. I'm at Unremembered Empire, which is quite good, but then I stopped and I've been... Okay, so
they just announced the Siege of Terror Part 1 finale.
Hello.
Oh, here we go.
And welcome. We are
It is
live
Eddie
with
Eccles
a special
and Adam
Warhammer
Truk.
Preview Online Nova Open Edition. My name is
Okay.
Adam Truk. I'm joined by my friend and colleague Eddie Eccles. We are delighted to have you with us today. Eddie, what is Nova Open and why are we excited?
Thanks, Adam. Absolute pleasure to be here. We're super excited about all the Warhammer we're going to be showing you. The Nova Open is an event that is happening right now in the United States, in Washington, D.C.
I just noticed I can adjust
about
them.
A few hundred people in a room in the Nova Open.
Okay, so this is either pre-recorded or they have these poor guys up at 1 a.m. in the UK because they said it's the Nova Open over in America, which means it's not in America.
Yeah, that's true.
Obviously, we want to share all the cool news with
They
everybody.
probably pre-recorded it, and good for them.
So we're going to tell you
It'll
all
just
the
be
stuff
better
that
quality,
you've seen
right?
now. There's some doozies.
Yeah, it's
Oh
really
no, it's not.
exciting
It's live
to
because
be
don't
able
they
to
usually,
do
or
this
maybe not this time.
simultaneously
Usually
with
they're
the
like, hey,
event,
like,
which
tell us where
it
you're
says in the
watching.
top corner it's
Warhammer
live.
supports
That could just be the
wholeheartedly,
fact it's
it's
live
been a
on
couple of
Twitch.
years.
Yeah, they
Nova
could totally
because
do
of
that.
The whole pandemic and everything.
That whole thing.
I mean, they always do the
it's
same.
lovely for that to be
Shout out.
kicking off.
Oh.
It's Games
you know,
Workshop. Let's
events
be
in there and
honest.
so
They
forth,
have it.
Pete Foley,
Yes.
Alex,
welcome.
Box Game Studio,
There's a rumor that there's something ogres. They're going to show off.
Yeah, so supposedly this morning there was a tweet that went out before it was supposed to go out, and then was quickly deleted.
Oh.
To do with an ogre hunter, I think it was.
Yeah.
Warhammer events recently.
I've been getting in amongst it with some strategy battle game. Yeah, absolutely.
Why isn't
Playing
this-
with the Iron Hills Dwarves?
Nova actually is one of the bigger.
Cutting off my
whatever stretch battle game
I think it's the biggest one in North America.
I can count.
They've got some really cool Middle Earth terrain.
I mean, right now they're just going to be spraffing about nonsense anyway. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Let
me know, guys, because I can turn them down or up as needed. Oh, it's not even a rumor? Okay. I had a really busy day. Like, I got down here at the last minute.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, supposedly, like, Beast Claw Raiders box sets come down from the page and stuff. And...
Okay. Alex wants the...
Yeah, so if you do get a chance at some point to go to an event like the Nova Open, or the Nova Open itself, it's well worth going.
No one cares about the Nova Open, sorry.
We're here for every time they say bespoke, so I'm going to make it.
Although, actually, I shouldn't say that because of Nova Open, we are getting this preview show.
Right. So,
they're about half of our volume.
And what are we doing? Well, over the course of about the next hour or so, Eddie and I are going to bring you some amazing previews from across the worlds of Warhammer.
Yeah, I can hear them. Okay.
We've got some pretty big stuff.
We've got some Warhammer Age of Sigmar. We've got some Warhammer Underworlds, and we've got some Horus Heresy.
We do, it's all true.
So there's a lot to enjoy. Before we get into that, I want to do the thing I always do. I've seen somebody already shout it out, but I want to know where you are tuning in from to join us in this live stream today.
What's your right?
It's a different time.
So they're live
daytime, but it's the middle of the night.
Cadia.
I snuck out of a house full of
Cadia.
sleeping tropes to Cadia.
Good work to anyone who's currently joining us from the UK or Europe, because we are in the small hours.
There is a lot. There is
that's a
a
good call.
Block,
Alex says
Scotland,
he's hoping they're not
loads of UK's, Gloucestershire, but also.
Oh, I mean, could be. As I said, you could get you could be a
Texas.
It won't be Warcry. That's not
an underworld or Warcry.
I super care, so tough luck.
Someone there I can see.
2 a.m. in Norway. Well done. Thanks for joining us.
Some people there I see from Washington DC. So I'm wondering why you're not.
Yeah, they're live if they're replying.
I would be hard pressed.
Yeah, they're definitely live.
I haven't been to Nova. It's one heck of an event. I'd be
Poor
hard
guys.
Not to
maybe
anywhere in.
Maybe they are at Nova and they saw the preview once and they were like, "That was so much fun."
That's not so bad.
What I'd like is Eddie's take on all of that.
That's better than like 5 a.m.
Serbia, Bath. I assume the city rather than the thing in your house.
Both. Could be both.
Could be in a bath, in Bath, bathing. Yeah, love it. Hastings, it's so good.
So Eddie's got
it does my heart enormous good to see all these places that people are basically enjoying Warhammer from around the world. So thank you for choosing to spend.
It looks like the schematics for like.
Oh, that's
I think
cool.
Also big shout out to anybody who's upside down in Australia
I think
New
it's a
Zealand
tank.
or anywhere in that sort of time zone.
I think it's
you get to do this at the most civilized hour imaginable, right?
It kind of looks like those new.
So enjoy your breakfast. I hope
Votan tanks with the big wheels.
Before we go much further, have you done?
Andre, maybe I just can't like.
So I've been doing a little bit of Age of Sigmar. I've got a couple of games in since we last had a preview. So I've got my Cruel Boys with.
Hey Jack, how you doing?
He's had some fun charging around.
Joining us.
Yo Jack.
Played against some Sylvaneth.
Sons of Behemoth. On his t-shirt, yeah.
That's what we predicted,
I've still been working my way slowly through Cruel Boys army, but they are very, very detailed models, so it's taking me a little bit of time.
We predicted an event. I predicted an upgrade sprue for Sons of Behemoth because we were told and shown that
I have an event a week on Saturday. I'm going to. This will be like the third or fourth one in the space of a few months.
Well, the Suns book is down. The Suns.
And I'm rolling
Mega
Guardian Dwarfs for the
as is the
events. But it's a bigger point.
Turn this down a little bit.
I'm looking to do.
This is a little big. I'll show you this while we're doing the thing. So I've been 3D printing these for Wasteland, but they're kind of like.
I quite like the idea of trying to
articulated
to be like
lizards,
like
lizards.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see how that goes.
I know my background thing is going crazy there, but yeah.
So if you can against me,
Lisa's trying to put resin eyes in them right now.
Well, we're not biased at all, as you can tell by our background.
As it should be.
Should be fun though, right?
Do let us know what you're up to as well. If you're doing a hobby at home while you're watching, then
no, we're not doing hobby at home. We're drinking wine
so far.
To not disappoint us on its navigation.
So we're waiting for you to disappoint us gravely.
To break our hearts. I'm gonna write that.
Yes. Right. So.
If it's not
Harrison Word Bearers. Someone says painting up some soul blight. Building my third Leviathan Dreadnought for Death Guard.
Oh man,
it's a lot easier.
Like they can even control it.
It was a few months ago.
So my secret shame is that
it's all we write.
Unmade.
Hey Jack, is it as hot down there as it is up here?
I've had for quite some time. and I've already bought.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, this is the last of the ridiculous temperatures.
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh no, that's an amazing one.
Yeah. So I've just got a feeling that
finishing my ninja rats from yesterday.
That was the quickest I've ever painted
10 rocket launchers.
Models. Once they came out,
I've got some resin contemptors in a box.
I painted them right away.
Oh, is that the gutter runners or
the Underworld's Warband?
I don't know why.
Very hot. He's in the back of his UPS truck. Oh shoot, even hotter. Actually, I don't know. Maybe you guys have AC down there, but the UPS trucks up here don't have AC.
I totally understand and agree.
Or not the ones, the guy, my UPS guy. I asked him a while ago.
Okay, Adam and Eddie, you've been milking this for like 8 minutes now. Let's get on.
My life. Got 2 Bjorns to finish painting.
That's their job.
Cool.
I mean, to be honest, I hope it's just something decent for one to get into, because I've watched so many of these, and at the end of it, you're just like,
I don't actually expect hits anymore, so I'm not even going to be. No AC. Oh yeah, the door open.
Adam for the lion. Yes,
those are the strats
for the lion all day long.
Jack knows the tech.
So, what are we at? We're about 9 minutes past.
You know what I was doing?
Welcome you if you've joined in.
When I was in Japan, I got like a spray bottle, like you spray like the people's hair with when you cut their hair, and then I just missed myself, and then the evaporation really helped out.
To watch this Warhammer preview.
Are we going to get something? There we go.
I'll turn it
on. The next 50 minutes or so, we're going to be previewing a whole bunch of Warhammer stuff across Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Underworlds, and the Horus Heresy. So there's going to be lots of stuff to enjoy. I think we're about ready. Is there anything I've missed?
I think you've covered it all.
Well, you're talking about us, Thor, and
just straight out the back, first thing, just be like,
and the Australians are having breakfast.
Oh my god,
like a Doom Diver. Just have a video of a Doom Diver like flying towards the screen or something, and then it's like, that's me, I'm done. That's it. Oh, here we go.
We're trying to smell like girls.
40 gate. Oh, okay.
Okay, that's fine. We'll build up to the good stuff.
Oh, this is the...
Oh, the can?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, those are cool.
I know there's a slight delay on the YouTube. Okay, some of these we've seen already. Yeah.
I guess it wasn't shown. And there's one guy that's going to be the thing from the preview, the silhouette.
Yeah, because we haven't seen everything yet, so most of this is stuff I think we've already seen.
I can point him out. That's not him. But he looks cool. And then there's the floor cleaners. The mall cleaners. The mall
there he is.
There he is. That's the guy.
Yeah, he's a new one. That's pretty cool.
He is freaking
sick. I like that. He's totally he needs to be like converted into an Iron Priest or something. A thingy priest.
Dale Jack's asking if you're going to Sparkle Party.
Yes, yeah. There's me and Matthias. Well, that's a new thing. Giant tank.
Whoa, he is sick. That guy's dope. I love the scars. Oh shoot, he's cool.
Oh, they're gonna do a big.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
Oh, man.
Okay, so they're doing a big box
Eric's
set.
in so much trouble. Day one.
That not a room priest, but is going to be a room priest.
Yeah.
I think he's something I would be invested in.
Man, that's cool. I think that's dope.
Oh yeah, see Alex's message. Can you move our images to the side, or even just like?
Oh sure.
So this is the remainder of everything we've got for Leagues of Votann. So we've seen,
or I don't know, top left, or
throughout the last kind of few months,
or even if you can split it, it's like have one.
Good times. But this is everything now. So with this video, we've now seen absolutely everything that's coming for the release of the Leagues of Votann, which are the new army for Warhammer 40,000, and as well as announcing the new miniatures, which we'll take a closer look at in a little bit. We can also tell you about the army launch set for the Leagues of Votann, which is the first place you'll be able to pick up the new miniatures, and also the first place you'll be able to get your hands on the new codex early. So this is a little bit like what we had for Black Templars and for the Beast Snagger Orcs when they released a few years ago. So this is your first chance to kind of, if you really want to be on the ground floor with the Leagues of Votann, you want to be kind of in that first expeditionary fleet. This is the box for you, and you can start your army with it. But there's plenty of new stuff in there.
He's pretty cool,
including this guy.
This is I'm Here Champion, who is a close combat focused character model for the Leagues of Votann army, and is an absolute wrecking machine, as you can clearly see.
Yeah, so he's literally a battering ram. So if you look at the detail on this guy,
he's got like some sort of like
almost Nordic iconography of a ram at the top of him, and he's got these huge power packs on his back, which are mass drivers, which basically catapult him across the battlefield. So he can literally run into units, buildings, vehicles, and just send them flying. He's just an absolute wrecking ball of destruction. He's got some options that come with the kit, so you can either kit him out with that enormous hammer, and as you can imagine, great big power hammers are pretty solid for any army, but the Leagues of Votann have got pretty good kit, so that's going to hit even harder than something like an Imperial equivalent from the hammer. You can also kit him out with an axe, which is made of basically antimatter and can cut through almost anything. So that's your kind of way of getting through and wounding pretty much anything in 40k. So you've got a few options there, and it gives you a powerhouse combat to just catapult into the enemy lines.
There's like this cutout thing.
I think you've got to just shout out for his weaponry. For me, I've been really enjoying watching sort of the reveals that come out on
the hammer, and this is the whole arm technology that's under. Yeah, he's definitely got some sort of like power pack thing sticking out.
I kind of like everything about it.
Sort of weapon concealed inside his gauntlet.
His face looks kind of Space Wolfy too.
I think it's called an auto pattern combi bolter, so it's using that same sort of technology that's been sort of visible throughout humanity for a very long time, and like spit straight death. But the hammer in particular, as I understand it, is a really potent sort of melee.
Yeah, so both of his combat weapons, basically, he's got the best close combat weapons in the whole book. And effectively, if you think of that kind of like dwarven archetype almost, these are your relic weapons. These are the ones that like a master craftsman has kind of forged out of the rarest, most powerful minerals and ores and heaviest metals and arcane technologies. So these are like the best of the best weapons. The miniature itself is really cool. As the Leagues of Votann,
that's what they were just saying. It's something to do with like the rarest metals or something.
Iconography, that kind of gold filigree.
It's kind of like A for gold.
They become more ornate.
I think it's like a loop. So maybe he can like spin it like
higher ranked, and he's got like nice little touches. You can, if you want to, you can make this quite a painter's piece as well.
Or what if it comes back to him? You can throw it and then
wanted to show off your painter's
comes back like Mjolnir.
No kidding.
Was it one of these like key ring?
Yeah. You know, Thor spins it and then he like launches himself in the air.
Yeah. And then
if he has a rule like that, I might be
the mass hammer or the Darkstar axe. As
they
well.
do this kind of thing with Space
I'm very excited. But he is by no means alone within this set.
There's loads.
Very, very
cool. I just said he's kind of got all these like
who is a special character amongst the Leagues of Votann, right?
That's right. So he's the only named character in the Codex when it drops.
Okay.
But he is the destined, which means that there's like a prophecy basically about him that he's going to do great things for the Leagues of Votann.
Yeah.
The model is based on the same core miniature that the Carl we've seen already is based on, but there's more kind of ornate. So he's got that double-headed bear backpack iconography, that idea of like Uthar, Ursa sort of idea. He's like the bear almost. He's got a plasma blade, which is like a better power weapon, basically. So like
their technology is like top notch.
Yeah, the Imperium wish they had swords that good. In game terms, he is an incredibly powerful force multiplier, basically. So you can put him at the center of your army. And
so in game terms, he's going to be busted.
And bonuses, all sorts of extra abilities. So this is like a linchpin
I won't
model
say
that you can
who,
build
but
your
we know
force
someone
around.
who has the
But you don't have to take him if you don't want to. You can take this model. You can build him as a standard Carl designed to be
that's cool.
a hero that you've created of your own creation. And you've got quite a lot of options.
Is it one of our guys?
Both aesthetically in terms of how it looks, bare head, helmeted head, different kind of creatures that you can have on the back, different weapons. So you can. It's a flexible kit, but one of the things you can make is that special.
Our friend Eric is going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And here you can see like the difference.
He was in before, and I can't
the
imagine
plasma
what he's
sword,
going to be
plasma
now.
axe. You've got the Vulcanite disintegrator or the auto pattern combi bolter. So there's nice flexibility.
Vulcanite. I thought it was Vulcanite.
Whether or not you want to use the special character or create your own Carl to lead your army battle. This is the guy for you.
Uthar has
point out, yes, double tap.
So the one on the left looks like an energy weapon.
Frankly,
the one on the right is got a barrel.
Yeah. Also, I think part of it as well is to make sure he looks cool when he's facing off against other cool
he's
characters,
got a
right? So if you have this guy up against a Space Marine captain, you don't want him
But those axes
to
are
be too
definitely
short,
like
because then
energy
your battle won't
axes.
look as dramatic and cool as possible.
Yeah.
So, but it also, one of the nice things about that rock is it kind
The only
of
thing is
nods
the guy
to
on the
the
right
kind of
looks so
mining
much like
origin
this
of
old
the Leagues of
Kador
Votan. So you
model.
can imagine that's like a
Like
rocky
something the
asteroid that's
Berserker,
full
he was
of
like in
minerals
red
and
armor
ore and
with a
stuff.
big
So
axe
a
or
little bit
something.
of the
I remember
story
this.
of the army is sprinkled throughout the base.
If you paint
absolutely.
you see what he's standing on? If you painted that
this
yellow, it looks
shot
like
here
cheese.
that you can see is everything that comes within that army set.
So you get
that
two
was,
squads.
teased in the video that we just watched.
The big tanky guy,
it's
the
a pretty
general
mighty
guy,
collection.
and then
So
three
you've got
flopping as
Utar
the
the
king
Destined
and
that we just
floor
talked
after
about,
army.
and the
you get
Einhir
the
Champion.
ball cleaners.
You also have
Hopefully they're
two
good.
squads of Hearthkin Warriors.
Truth.
And then the Hernkin Outriders, which
They're
are
dope.
Hernkin
I like 'em.
Pioneers, which are on the sort of grav bikes.
I won't be buying in, but
and that is
I
everything you
absolutely love
need to sort of start your.
I think the thing I like about it is it
all
just
in one
It's
piece.
pretty much a combat
recreated
patrol, so you
squads,
can make a
made
combat
them
patrol out of it,
entire
and it's
new
not
thing,
far off
Yeah.
500
but
points.
still
depending on
having
how you want
nods
to
towards,
put the
like,
units together
that
and
guy
build
with
the
the hammer.
options.
If
But
you
yeah,
look at
it's
some
a
of the
really
old
solid
squads,
start to an
it's a
army.
lot shorter.
It's quite a lot of
But they
firepower
had
on those
like the
bikes, and
heavy
the
duty
core
armor.
troopers
It
in
was
the Leagues of
basically
Votan
like
are
shoulder
surprisingly
pads and
durable
weapons
and well
on
equipped with
body.
all sorts of special weapons. So
With
it's a
the
pretty
old
decent
so
start.
kind of
If you pick this box up, when it launches, by the time you finish kind of assembling and painting them, the rest of the army will be
pretty
well on its
I
way.
like the range. It's good.
One of my things, it's nice to see these all sort of in such a
I said
concentration.
it's not
and
something
you get
I
a real
would
sense of
totally
how
buy into. The fact of
sort
like how they
Ironkin,
redid Sisters
sort
of Battle
stand in amongst
and
them.
made
They've
so
got
many
the
cool
little
things, the
Ironkin
Adeptus
helmets
Sorria,
sort of bobbing
and then
around.
now they've done
This one,
Yeah, just
in
behind
these
these
guys.
right at the front, you can see
Cool.
the Iron
Like
King
it's
with
nice
kind
to
of
see
domes,
some new
crows.
stuff
This
that's
feels
like
super nice. They've
completely.
got, like, little sort of
40k needs that. We have a, we're
mechanical
really
intelligence
blessed in
sort
Age of
noodling
Sigmar to
around
have a
with
lot
the,
more.
the kin. It's great.
What you mean when 90% of the field is
Right.
is in
And
Space
then
Marines?
this is what the
Yeah, we
box
just
might
get
look
new
like.
stuff all the time in Age of Sigmar, but in
rapid press
40k they've
buttons.
got so
We're
many
back.
things that need a
Inside the
revamp.
box, you also get a codex, which contains obviously all the lore.
That's
and everything
cool.
that you.
Yeah, that looks like a
to know
dragon.
About your new army,
The dra-
along with all the
They got
rules.
very. They definitely
Yeah,
have
so,
that Norse
the
feel
codex
with the
comes
dragons
in the
and
box.
bears and
In
stuff.
the launch box. Is,
Also, just their general runes and
has a
stuff.
special
Like
cover,
if you look
which
at
is
the
the only
belt and
way
everything.
Oh, yeah.
it's like
that
very.
version of
But
the
they're
codex.
not like because like
Otherwise,
the
it's the same
space wolves
standard codex
are
that
even
was
more
very soon
Norse
afterwards.
Yeah.
ruins,
You first
but
have to get
I
the
guess they're
codex
trying
in
to
that army
have
Well, I
some.
mean, Space Wars have always been like
It's got
space
all-
Vikings.
everything you'd
Yeah,
expect from
for
a codex.
sure.
Obviously, the first time we've ever had.
The only
a
complaint I
codex
really
is
see
the
about
Votan.
Space Wolves is
So
they don't
all
lean
of the
enough
lore,
into
a
the
lot of the lore
Viking
will be
side, and they lean too
pretty
much into the
brand new,
Wolfie McWolferson,
and it's
the
got
Wolf
everything
King
about Crusade rules
of
and stratagems
Wolfendom.
and data sheets.
Yeah.
It goes on and on.
And there's also a lot of transfers in this set.
Yeah,
apparently.
cool front cover.
So, there you go. Right.
It must be
but
nice
of course,
to
we
get.
Well, it says-
Oh,
just the context of this army
Grenade,
box within,
mold grenade
that
launcher.
TV video. Here is a glimpse of the
Kinda cool.
Chthonian
How it's got like
Berserk
is that like a
mold
giant
grenade
axe on the
launcher.
back of the dude? Oh no, it's
China
like
has a
a.
very long name,
It's like a
but also
pick.
looks pretty rad. What are Chthonian Berserks and why do they need a mold grenade launcher, Eddie?
oh,
So we've seen the
Yeah.
Chthonian Berserks already. We saw the units of them, but one of the upgrade options for the units, if you choose to take it, is the mold grenade
That's
launcher,
kind of cool how
which is a bit of a
instead of
nod
just
back
two
to some of
different
the kind
models,
of
it's all in
ancient
one
squat
base.
tech.
Totally.
There's
that
kind of like
you
more of
might
like a heavy
remember
weapons
from
team.
yesteryear.
I wonder if
But
you can like
basically
dig
this is
into the ground.
a
It's like some kind of
mining-based
crazy
weapon, so you can
mech
fire a grenade
pick.
underneath the ground. It can burrow underneath
trying to see
and
what
pop
that is.
in amongst the enemy, even if they're hiding in a bunker or behind a mountain or something like that. But the thing I really like about it is
cool.
just the whole piece is basically like a little diorama. So you've got the Berserk carrying around the gun, and they've got their little Ironkin assistant who following them around, and every time the Ironkin turn up, they're basically just trying to be as helpful as they possibly can. So this one is carrying the
Are the
great big
Ironkin
plasma
just
axe on his back. He's got
they're
all
not
the spare
like just
ammo.
people in
You can
different
imagine him kind
armor
of
or
like
something.
helpfully
They're like-
passing
I think they're the
the extra
Meta
ammos and
or
grenades
something,
to the
but like
Okay.
down low.
the gunner after they fired each
I
shot.
could be wrong, though.
It's just a lovely little scene, but also a really powerful piece in your 40k army.
Yeah,
Space
That's
Marines,
pretty
but
also,
shorter. Yeah.
awesome nod on the back of the Iron King. You can see that heavy plasma axe. And you notice the blade.
Oh.
isn't,
Oh, so it is a heavy
actually
plasma
when
axe, just
Oh,
not
it's
turned
on.
deactivated.
Activated.
Yeah, that's pretty
Ah.
cool.
Projects
Yeah.
this sort of plasma energy
Cool.
Yeah.
blade. Really cool, I think.
But then that's
a
like
fun idea for painting
big.
as well. So when you
That
combine
is-
your plasma blades on the Votan,
Yeah.
you can imagine.
So he just
the
what? He
plasma
pops
is
up a couple of
different
grenades and then
colours
he just picks up
depending
the
on
axe and
what
just
the
starts
plasma
hacking.
kind of plasma is doing, or what it's just
That's
hit,
pretty
or
cool.
what's in the
Like a heavy
atmosphere and all
weapons
sorts of
team that
different
can do combat too.
A good excuse to do some fancy painting.
And they can shoot, I guess, some stuff
somebody in the
out
chat
of
said,
line of
Cthulhu, is that
sight.
not a Space Marine homeworld? Well, it was a Space Marine homeworld, but then since the Votan
are they Sentinels?
are like pre-Imperial, who knows? I could imagine.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a grenade launcher, so it's kind of like
naming. Should they ever meet any?
I think
That's pretty cool.
they were saying though it's a grenade launcher that can shoot underground and it burrows and comes up.
What else have we got? Here is the Brock
These guys are pretty
Iron
cool.
Master,
Very
and
cool.
again a lot of Ironkin, this sort of symbiotic sort of nature going on with the kin of Votan and their sort of iron.
They look like that guy from
I really like the idea
Blackstone
that
Fortress.
no matter contained within the law,
the Man of Iron.
that kin are kin, regardless of whether they're flesh or iron.
Sentinels, except they can actually do combat.
The Iron Master surrounded by essentially his allied,
his assistant.
Sort of abominable intelligences. I don't want to be too hard on him, but
I mean they wouldn't use that phrase, but perhaps the Mechanicus would. So you've basically got two different types of mechanical assistants.
Oh, I take it the top ones are supposed to be floating.
At the bottom left. The three at the top are cogs, which are not quite.
I thought they were just a janky one legs for a second.
So if you think about more like combat familiars or pets or something like that.
It is like the one on the top left's got like a hammer.
Comparable intelligence.
I like the one with the tool belt.
It just looks like a little raptor hand facing you on the head, and
it's
T-Rex hands.
Can have like detailed conversations and even be involved in kind of tactical decisions.
What's the other guy's got like two
really
little
just there to kind of fulfill a function or a role. So think about them like familiars.
Thor's getting
adds another thing to our which familiar is best.
It does, doesn't it? They seem pretty well armed for familiars as well.
Somebody said, what is that gun? I'm going to tell you.
Well, we reckoned it would be like, what, 15, 20 minutes
before
we get,
Yeah, we were saying, we were predicting 20 minutes. Or we were saying hopefully 20 minutes 40k, 20 minutes AoS, and then 10 and 10.
So I assume
but maybe it'll be even better.
And there's obviously the
I agree.
It's not just a unit of robots. In fact, he's kind of the main event, really. So this is your kind of.
Have you ever seen the Black Hole?
This is the
that Disney.
Fix the vehicles.
Disney from the 80s or 70s or something.
Units, weaponry, and things like that.
The Black Hole.
If you've got
it was a Disney kind of sci-fi that they did in like the 70s or the 80s. And in that, there's flying robots and stuff, and they kind of look a little bit like that. It's just kind of like a body with two little pokey arms.
I could see that.
He'll do all right. He'll squish a grot if it gets.
There he is.
Yeah. Now.
Oh, look at the alternative version of it. The hair.
Yeah, I like the hood though. I love the hood.
We have here the Grimnir, which is a model.
Yeah.
Grimnir is in the same.
I actually knew him because a certain someone sent me the picture of.
What is a Grimnir? I guess is the real question, Eddie.
So a Grimnir is an important part of Leagues of Votan culture. They do a few different things for the Leagues of Votan.
That's a cool model.
So in game terms,
really cool. He's
the main
floating on rocks.
This is a psyker. But unlike the
rocks are like floating up to go underneath his feet.
In Eldar or something like that, the Grimnir is a designed psyker. So all of the Leagues of Votan,
I don't think it's attached. I think the left one is literally floating.
Are created as clones through clone schemes, which are basically like templates that make people. And they've got a template which can make a stable psyker. So they've created one to fill the role of
okay, right, Thor?
You're coming around. They're also the closest thing that the Leagues of Votan have to priests.
No, I want that for a rune priest.
Kind of
I don't even have a rune priest in my armor. I agree. But like the other stuff's like alright, but he's just that's just like a cool. Cool. And you can even totally use it. There's nothing on that middle model.
There's nothing on there. They did that on purpose.
Right? So
absolutely
did on purpose. Is a powerful.
The only thing I don't really like is his pimp cane. Like,
but
if the pimp cane had like a dragon head or something other than like
appropriate name,
some dwarf's head on there, I'd be more.
But then that
could
just be a KO head.
Well, you could literally just switch it out.
There you go.
His drones are definitely cooler than
his drones are cooler. Yeah,
they have like shoulder pads and like bolters or something.
Do you know anything about the?
And they actually have like flight stands instead of like some bit of scrap metal looking like a dodgy leg.
That's very exciting.
So no, I'm just going to go with no.
But I'm speculating.
That guy with the hood for me is the coolest model.
I think he's kind of levitating, isn't he? He's kind of
even to be honest, the alternative head. I really like that as well. I definitely think the beard with the hood is better.
That is
but
just
like
perfect, right?
And again,
that is whoever sculpted that
is a genius for sure.
As a theme throughout the Leagues of Votan range, where you've got this idea of a kind of rocky battlefield. So
and I like the staff of the cane. They didn't go cheap and like just make it a cylinder. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's got like texture to it.
I'm quite a fan of just buying the odd random dwarf and painting them up. And if I do nothing else,
his boots are cool.
I was just looking over at Twitter, and Dayton's done a call-out video for a tournament. Because you know how these call-out videos every now and then are kind of fun. But he's basically dressed as a blood sister. He's in like silver armor made from tin foil with a belt and then like a.
Here you go. Here is the Hecton Land.
I gotta watch after this. Okay, there's a cool buggy thing. Arkan Land Fortress. That's pretty beat. That looks like something out of G.I. Joe.
So this is the largest miniature in the Leagues of Votan army.
G.I. Joe, Arkan Land Fortress coming from the tail.
You can see
Thor,
it's
I think it's going to be one piece.
There's all sorts of
I hope I'm wrong.
bolt or
yeah, I mean, could be
weapons
separate.
all over that thing. It's got some kind of anti.
It'd be cool to have him look like that new Games of Thrones guy with like white dreadlocks and a white
beard. A few different options.
Yeah.
All of the guns are ruinously powerful. It's also very durable, so it's got both reinforced armor and force fields built into various different parts of it, so it can.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they're free
so
if you
carry
persuade
12
the
of your
member
kin
of
around,
Games
so
Workshop to
it
leave the
fills a
store and
role.
go the back door.
The doors are pretty cute. Less cute when
then sure.
Berserkers come charging out with plasma axes, I imagine.
Yeah, 100%.
But this fills a number of roles in your army.
Move over to
this
the
is your
drug
mainline
dealer
battle tank, but it's also
thing and just do the first one's free.
and it's kind of akin to something like.
This I gotta share this in the chat.
This is probably the way to think about it.
Love it. Also using a kin, which has me chuckling inwardly. Here are some close-ups of different things, including a view inside the crew compartment through with the sort of windscreen dome thing taken off the front. Somebody said, "Is that transparent plastic?" The answer is yes.
This is why I love the homie.
My mouse is showing now.
Kin co-pilot.
I don't know why it wasn't before.
I assume gunner. I have no idea who's doing what. Who knows? The gun on top is particularly fearsome, right?
Yeah, so you've got a few options, but the one that is on screen right now is the Magna Rail Cannon, and basically it's.
Wow, they're spending like a long time on.
This might be the only 40k stuff.
Punch through invulnerable saves.
I know. I think they showed an outline of a Khorne Berserker.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Maybe that'll be the end of the show.
Maybe.
You know, sometimes they do like the whole show and then they end. They're like, "Oh yeah, we almost forgot," and then they throw in like a cool.
I mean, that's kind of a cool little cockpit. You've got the little driver and then the little robot next to it.
No, I like it. Yeah.
Love it.
They passed the fun test, right? They seem super cool.
Really sits nicely with me with this.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing where it's like if someone said, "Here, I'm going to give you an army. What do you want?" It's like, sure, I'll take these guys.
Yeah, if I didn't have anything.
Oh, there we go. Is there anything in that picture we've not seen? So there's the guy in the back corner. There's the I think everyone's.
Well, we didn't see the details of the smaller mini land.
Oh, have we seen those heavy weapons behind the new vehicles?
Well, that was in the opening video.
Yeah.
Okay. They didn't show all the. They didn't get the up close bits, but that's fine.
Maybe they were just doing the heroes.
Oh, look at the heavy guys on the left. I think we've seen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Behind the car, there's that heavy weapons team.
Yeah. I thought you meant
they look pretty cool.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Mixed in amongst them as well. So that's your army shot. That's everything.
Yeah, they look pretty tanky.
And some unfortunate Black Legion who appear to be on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, because above them's that engineer kind of team. You got that heavy combat unit above on the right.
But
I think the whole army has like has an invuln, but I could be wrong.
That's pretty cool.
I saw a couple of
things like some of the rules and exactly what all these various different units do over the course of the next few weeks.
And the army box.
Well, and demons now have a super invuln.
The army box is on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you have something that ignores an invuln, then their demon saves ignore that.
Oh, wow.
They have two different saves depending on whether you're shooting at them or it's melee.
So is that going to mess some armies up if their thing was like, oh, we destroy invulns, and now it's like, no, you don't.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Land Fortress.
Yeah.
If you wanted to buy 3 of them and roll them around together, that's on you. You know, that's cool.
I'm not your mum. I can't stop you. Somebody says, where are the guard? I've seen that one or two.
I'll be interested to see how all this is going to fit into what's this? Astro Millicent and World Eaters. Oh, there we go.
Oh, Winter World Eaters.
Yeah.
Sick. That's good news.
I think they were called Space Dwarf in that box. Like one of those original sets that came out in Rogue Trader times. So if you think you've waited a while for your new
Demons already came out.
These are the actual books that are coming.
The return of the leagues. But speaking of which,
yeah, I mean they might just be putting that up because is the actual book out for Demons?
GamesWorkshop.com, you will notice that Codex Chaos Demons is available for pre-order,
or is it like out soon? Like in the next week or two.
The army box
Sorry, I didn't notice that I had my
landing in September with the Leagues of Votan Codex hot on its heels, and then in winter this year we will have first the Astra Militarum and then the World Eaters.
Oh, that's cool. At least they're doing that. I like how they're doing this roadmap. I mean, it's kind of annoying when they say summer, and it's like, oh, it could be any time from May until like September or something.
Yeah.
But like, it's still nice to actually have some sort of structure.
Something.
It's like, it's so nice.
Apparently, Chaos Demons are out for pre-order.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was about to say, I didn't think I'd seen the book actually out yet. That's cool. Yeah.
I think with those.
As I said, I kind of expect
till the end.
Maybe the second weekend in September for Luminef and Zinch to be on pre-order.
We're halfway through our time, but nothing like halfway through the reveals. Raph, do you want to take us on?
I mean, they may. Ether Maze, Nether Maze. Oh yeah, there you go. Corn Underworld units. So it wasn't a 40k. It's AoS.
There's two of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's the guy in the middle.
Nice.
He's
That's
pretty cool, actually.
Drum.
He's his own.
Yeah, okay. It's like, yeah, okay, mate. Sure you are. It's like it's kind of like that bit in Guardians of the Galaxy where it's like, my name is Taserface, and it's like everyone's laughs at him. It's like, I am the Wounded of Worlds, and it's like, yeah, sure, buddy. Hey, yeah, you're not even got any armor on, whatever.
A new warband for Warhammer Underworld.
It's kind of got like this monster, like it's just a remodel warband. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So the Gore Chosen of Drum, as you say, Adam, a brand new Warhammer Underworld warband for Nethermaze. They are 3-character warbands, so they are towards the elite end of the spectrum. And we have seen some Khorne warbands before for Underworld, but we haven't seen any since the very first season back in the age of Shadespire. So it's nice to see the Bloodguard with some new followers into the
Drum and not Crom.
These are very different kind of flavour of Khorne warband
Middle guy
we've seen
and
before.
left guy
They've
are
always
both
been
dope.
sort of based
Guy on the
on
far right,
your kind of battle line units, whereas this is very definitely a kind of 3-character warband. So you've got in the centre, you've got your priest,
that means they're
himself,
really tanky.
and then you've got his kind of fiery smith on the right, which we have seen that miniature before,
cool
but he's in this warband. And then on the left, I think it's my favourite, which is basically a character which is well on his way to turning into a Korgoroth.
So turning into a Korgoroth. Oh, cool.
Probably not quite in the way that he anticipated, but you can already imagine that guy's going to be an absolute powerhouse of muscle and death in the game.
Yeah, I love.
What do you guys think?
You mentioned that he's on his way to becoming a Korgoroth. You can see sort of those first sort of elements of transmutation of flesh, as it were. Right?
Yeah, I remember seeing the Korgoroth for the first time and being like, how does that happen? And it kind of makes
I like the models, but it's kind of like pretty cool where his name's done, like calling yourself Taserface, Wounded of Worlds. Yeah, okay.
Also, enormous shout out for the model on the right hand side. Frankly, is repping my body type.
I'm so glad that
everyone's welcome in Khorne. You know, Khorne cares not. All body types welcome.
Yeah, I love it. There's a lot to like.
I mean, that's kind of cool for like
the rules are on their way.
I wonder if that
it's worth talking about.
Khorne's body positive.
Does feel as you would expect as devotees of Khorne. They are incredibly good.
I can't get it right. Drum.
But because
really just want to be like,
you're going to see something you've already seen before.
He is a priest though, so that's another priest before. So you know, he could be something like Andy might be interested in having like a priest character who's 2 kind of maybe tanky bodyguards.
Andy loves his corn on the cob.
Now that has
he also plays
game things that you can do with it, so you can move enemy models off objectives into your models. You can force enemy.
I mean, I'm always like,
hopefully he has a war scroll.
So it's a really, really flexible little ability.
Yeah, having Underworld units, I always don't mind because you know sometimes they can cross over quite well into AoS. I mean, usually they're a bit too expensive for what they do.
But
yeah, absolutely.
It's nice to have. But also it's more hero models. Like you could totally just use that guy as a priest, alternative priest.
If I'm being honest, I think Underworlds would have died a long time ago if it weren't for the fact that they brought everything over into Age of Sigmar, and they have so many cool models that you could just use as a proxy for other things, like you do with your Madcap Shaman.
Force them to not play that game and decide that you're.
That Skaven Warband is the best thing that's ever happened.
So
arguably in all of Age of Sigmar.
Khorne Warband we've already seen, but it's still very much.
I love getting some of the underworld stuff and using the models. Like I use Mogwai. Like I don't use the character. I use the model as a priest because it's dope. It's different than the other stuff.
And I was just saying, you use the guy as the Madcap Shaman.
Zarbag is my Madcap Shaman because they're great.
I wish you could still buy him. I would buy him right now.
As well,
so it's pretty cool. So basically, he's got 2 different attacks. They're both short-range attacks.
That's a cool name.
Damage free. That's pretty good. 5 wounds and damage free.
So is that good for Underworld?
Yeah, a lot of Underworld stuff only has maybe 2 or 3 wounds.
And the other one is
the Ogre Buccaneer guy, the pirate.
The vampires, that little box set with like 4 vampires and it's pretty dope.
Yeah, I've still got that.
Then you can choke and grip the enemy model.
After you deal damage, hit the target and move
making it difficult for them to get out of the way, and then you can hit them again. So you can hit them
that's pretty
multiple times.
Show us AoS rules, or we riot.
So there's some really nice combos.
Like, so basically how the attack profiles work is there's more, if you're using that bottom one, that's cleave, there's usually more of those on a dice roll than they are the swords. So you can either go for the swords and get free damage, or you can go for the cleave and get the one. But depending on how many you roll. But, you know, it's pretty itty. Yes, the crab, that crab.
Crab knows.
The crab is the hero. It's still sitting on my shelf. I need to paint it at some point and just have it.
Someone gave me the warband, the Idnith warband, but not the crab and the little spinefish guy. I'm just missing that.
Right.
AoS.
Coming soon for Warhammer Underworlds.
Oh, I love that dwarf.
I think it's going to be Heresy, though.
They are very soon. Again, this is a release.
I need to find an excuse to run that guy in my army.
There you go. Thank you. Yes, of course.
I need to take like a blue priest in my daughter.
Not really relevant, but one of them lived inside the glove box of my car for about 6 months because I bought them.
I need just an excuse. It's so bad.
Well, I mean, he's used
to
how
much the room priest?
The sweltering heat of the holds. I don't know.
He probably still thought he was trapped in some kind of half-remembered afterlife somewhere in the realm of Chase.
Quite so. Right. We are staying for a little while longer in the Warhammer Age of Sigmar, the Mortal Realms.
Okay, we're going to
still
AoS.
To come, though. We've got more Warhammer 40,000 and some Horus Heresy. So let's continue with this Warhammer Age of Sigmar video.
Come on.
Oh. Have you been a victim?
Oh, it's ogres.
Yeah.
Ogre hunter.
Look at the recipe thing.
Sorry.
Nice.
Do you wish you had a pair of big, strong arms to butcher your Skaven problem? For creature
okay, but 2 destruction books are the crabs there. The Dew Claw.
Today.
The Blood-Pelt Hunter.
With no leftovers.
That's pretty good.
Damn, that's fire. I haven't seen this.
Oh, stupid head.
I like the horns. I like it. I'm good with it. Yo, I love it. I love it. I'm not gonna lie, I love it.
I think Chad's lost it over the poor old crab. So,
it's true. It's like super badass, and all of a sudden it's like
a new model for the Ogre Moor tribes. This is the Blood-Pelt Hunter.
Okay, this is just one model. So it's one model.
It's coming in the
box set.
So we've seen a few hunters videos. This is a new picture, and this is a kind of loner of the ogre tribes, basically. So he is a monster hunter expert. So you can see there that he's got an enormous great crossbow, which hits with the power of a ballista. He's also got like a variety of different weapons, including harpoons and all sorts of stuff. And all of them are basically designed to take out monsters. So if you're up against a kind of monster-heavy army, which there are a lot of them around currently in Age of Sigmar, almost every army you face has got some variety of monster. This is one of your units to kind of deal with that threat at range, while the rest of your unit deals with the battle line and the squishier stuff. He's got an interesting trait for an ogre, which is that when he takes out a monster, he always takes a trophy of something.
John
Travolta.
For an ogre is that
he's in a movie where he plays a guy with Down syndrome.
It's incredibly rare for an ogre to decide not to eat a part of the thing.
So
the other ogres think it's a little bit weird, maybe for keeping things like the the heads of some kind of saurian beast or the pelt of a bear to keep him warm, or antlers or something as a kind of trophy. But he doesn't care. He's a loner. That's his thing. And this guy is going to form part of
if
your.
If he comes with another head, they really should have shown it. Unless it's worse.
It's worse of that bear type.
What's in the Luminat?
I really do kind of like it, though.
I kind of want to know what it's from.
I mean, it's kind of got like a bit of the guy from the Goonies.
Yeah,
like Chunk.
And maybe
kind
of
vibe to it, especially like the teeth.
And we'll see
where that weird the straps going over his eyes.
A bespoke.
It is. Yeah, he's using that to hold on to his arrows. So
you can call him.
Pretty cool. Everyone needs to accessorize.
Slot. That's it.
You've got to love it. So, yes, a fantastic new model for the Ogre Moor tribes.
Okay, what else you got?
Heaviest metal is the best.
It's so heavy. It's so thick.
A cool new sort of hunter of beasts.
Okay. What else you got?
So, yeah, very welcome.
You could do quite a cool. It fits in nicely with the kind of cool Rainer sort of vibe. Sort of roving.
I'm not going to put 3 years.
That's
it. Now I'm going to go to Horus Heresy.
It sort of fills that gap between your heavily armoured infantry ogres and the
just give us him, and then give us the Goblin Spider Rider.
Crosses those two a little bit, so it feels cohesive as a drama when you put them all on the table together.
Yeah, and I think rules-wise, he's going to bring something quite interesting to the force.
Because hunting a giant spider is more manageable for a character like that than a Mega Gargant.
Out of sight of the enemy and move if he's not sort of.
I hope you enjoyed your one AoS model. Technically,
so essentially
4 because
it's quite sneaky in an army that is full of a lot of brute force.
Yeah, no subtlety typically.
Yeah, he gives you some interesting tactical options.
But you can't have a model like that going
after.
He's
still got a massive crossbow, which is pretty unsubtle. He's still going to eat you in a flank.
No, not going to happen, dude.
He's not that subtle, you know.
Super.
Oh, come
on. I love it. Now, that is not the only Warhammer Age of Sigmar.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Kit.
Okay, that's not the only Warhammer Age of Sigmar model. Right, go on. Give us kits.
Something bigger. It's giants. He said bigger.
Trogos.
Trolls.
Well,
now the giant.
Oh,
look at this.
That's okay. I'm happy people are getting
stories for the squishies. Well, I has got a real story.
F off.
Whoa.
I said F. I said F.
No. I was looking at that.
Oh, yeah.
Tell the Hammer God. Killed him stone dead with his giants.
Yeah, maybe.
And now
I mean, it makes sense to have a chaos giant.
done. Broken.
Oh, a corn giant.
They is wrong, and we don't forget. King Broad's got a bone to pick with all.
Okay, they're 2 for 2 on the retarded-looking heads. Ooh! Oh, look at his hammer! Yeah. Alex, they've got your guy.
Yeah, Alex, plagiarization here.
Yeah, they stole your hammer.
Stole your hammer.
Is it the same feat? Damn! Oh, shoot. Oh, dang.
No, that's a cooler head.
Yeah, it's not
By
bad.
far. That's a cooler head than the other dude.
That's not bad. I love his hammer, though.
King Broad. He's a big boy.
He is. So this is literally the biggest character in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. This is King Broad of the Sons of Bahamut, a Mega Gargant. If you have been following Age of Sigmar since its inception, since the battles of the Realmgate Wars, you will remember that there was a King Broad who was present during the Realmgate Wars when Bahamut was slain by the God King, when the Celestant Prime, using Galmoraz and the power of Sigmar, basically killed Bahamut, the World
Alex,
Titan.
You need to open
King
a
Broad
legal
witnessed
suit
that event,
today
and since then has had a burning
with a picture from Twitter or online of your sons
Eternals.
from a company.
And like many of the other Mega Gargants, he has grown over the years, swollen with the power, the unleashed power of Bahamut, which is now flowing through his sons, and has become basically the mightiest champion of the giants, of the Gargants in the mortal realms. And he goes through the realms spreading the story of him witnessing the death of their father, Bahamut, at the hand of Sigmar, rallying the other Gargants to his cause. He's effectively the de facto leader of the Sons of Bahamut.
Pretty cool.
But he's also a priest So he's
a priest.
Surprisingly good orator for a Gargant, and the other sons of
I think we talked about a wizard or a priest.
I think someone.
Well, I mean, you know, it's a low hurdle, but he easily steps over it because he's quite tall. So the model is spectacular. So it's based on the same core frame as the rest of the Sons of Bahamut miniatures. A little bit like you.
I like the head
in Warhammer 40,000.
Sure.
But this is a named character, and it's got all sorts of very cool stuff on it. So the most kind of striking thing, I suppose, is that dragon head. So you can imagine one of the ancient drakes, maybe ridden by a stormcast.
We saw the top right picture.
Not so much.
Now it's a fancy hat.
Now it's a hat. He's also got the biggest hammer in Warhammer, made of a tree with what appears to be a stone column attached to it. And he's covered in creepers, which are a thing that's going to be introduced, which are basically little helpers
Make him
for the Gargants, and they do
into
things
any
like
destruction force,
apply their
and
war
I'll get
paint and probably, you know, dentistry.
It sounds so wholesome.
I mean, I'm sure they're horrible little skittering destruction creatures, but that one in the top right looks like pretty adorable, right? Like all.
It's smaller than Alex's hammer.
The giant's hair there. But if you're wondering how the giants
Alex's
have the dexterity to thread little tiny bones and skulls into their hair and beards, now we know they've got little creeper friends who do it for them.
If we can just dive back for 1 second, Raph trying to keep us on track, I imagine. I just want to call out how incredible
Look at the Wood Elf
shield on this model.
See it?
Like
The
truly
shield
just outstanding. Not just like
on the right side.
like sublime job that the miniatures design team have done with like the sculpting, but also whoever painted this miniature must have spent, I'm assuming, hundreds of hours. Just absolutely something else. The first time I saw it,
I like
I
his
was
tusks.
absolutely captivated. But that picture there on the left,
He's got a cool
just
nose.
is unbelievable. Also, somebody in the chat said, "Why has he got a symbol of corn?" I assume it's because he crushed the life out of some ne'er-do-well champion of corn.
He's got all sorts of icons and symbols on him. So like you've got a symbol of corn there, but he's also got a wanderer's shield. He's also got a bit of a Leviathan shell. He's got some bits of
anything he wants. He's big enough to take it.
If you're holding a shield and he wants it, he's going to get it. But the miniature is very cool because of the way that it's built and because of the headdress and the kind of horns on its back there. It stands a little bit taller than the rest of the Gargant, so it'll look quite appropriate. One of my favourite things is if you look at the hand there, he's got the rings which are made of crowns from kingdoms that he's slain. Yeah. So he's kind of wandered through the mortal realms, smashing forces of order and taking the crowns as little rings.
Really are brilliant,
which is quite a fun little thing. But there's this. Every other Mega Gargants are already an incredible kit, but this one I think is takes it to a whole other level. Very very cool. This is a model that you can use as centre of your Sons of Bahamut force. It's going to be games.
I'm holding out.
He's a powerful model just for me.
I would want to give him some
but he's also a priest. He's also a force multiplier for the rest of your Gargant force. So watch out.
Always a force multiplier for your Gargants.
The chat seems pretty appreciative of the just incredible levels of detail they've gone into it. And there are some.
I wonder if he can do the priest bust for a 6-up war to multiple units.
But at least he's got the creepers to apply it, right? So.
Because then you could give his all
I love the idea of these creepers who look
or
like
they probably have
a
their own
bit menacing, but they also fulfill such a pleasant function. It's really good.
It's got to be done. It's got to be
nice. Right. So King Brod, the sort of priest king of the Sons of Bahamut.
That kind of works.
Sort of lovely.
But you can read about him in the Realm Gate Wars stories if you want to kind of go back and remember the original kind of incarnation of him. He was quite a kind of popular character back then in kind of Age of Sigmar circles from the people who were right there at the start of the edition.
So those characters that sort of underpin the mortal realms, but you hadn't seen.
Yeah, there was also a little. The original Gargant army in Age of Sigmar was basically like a special detachment that you could use by having him and a bunch of his Gargant followers.
I feel like you have to stick around
kind of nod back.
You never know what they're going to say at the end.
As nostalgic as you can get with Age of Sigmar, which is only 7 years old.
But if they move on to Heresy, I'll turn
6 or 7. The time flies.
Well, I mean, realistically, they said it's usually about an hour
and hour for the mortal realms.
Something.
We're already on the 10-2, so it depends what this is. Oh, it's AoS.
Ooh! Cool! Come on!
Oh, it's the Chaos
Slaves
stuff.
of Darkness.
We've already seen this.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be nice to see some of the stuff closer up.
Yeah, the Ogroid guys. They're cool.
Those Chaos Warriors are dope.
They are good, yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to be called like Legionnaires or something now.
And the Bloodthirst is pretty cool as well.
That's the Demon Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the worst head choice. There you go. There's cooler ones though. I think the Nurgle one's really cool.
Yeah, Legionnaires are awesome. I like those.
Yeah, the Legionnaires are way cooler than... Oh. Okay.
Oh, they're going to do a box set.
Cool.
So, the Slaves of Darkness are set to return. We saw a few of these bits the last time you and I were doing a Warhammer preview, which covered the Mortal Realms.
We did.
And here we see a bit more. Fill us in on this release for Slaves to Darkness.
Yeah, so we knew they were coming. We knew the Slaves of Darkness were on their way, and the armies of the Ever-Chosen, the Black-clad killers of Chaos, were marching. But we can now talk to you about
they haven't done one of these for a while since...
which is the first time, a little bit like what we saw with the Leagues of Votan, the first time you'll be able to get your hands on some of the new miniatures.
Yeah, this will be like the Christmas box
on the Battle Tome.
Okay,
so some of these miniatures we've seen before, some of them we haven't. So we've got the Ogroids in the top right there, which are your kind of heavy-hitting elite shock troops. But pretty much everything in a Slaves to Darkness army is a heavy-hitting elite shock troops. You've got the Demon Prince, which is the you can see in the middle of the army there. That is the Demon Prince we previewed previously, which is the multi-part, incredibly flexible kit with all sorts of options.
It's kind of cool.
You can build it as any of the Chaos Gods. You can also, where you're so inclined, build it as its Warhammer 40,000 incarnation. And then the kind of meat of the box, I suppose, is that huge unit of Chosen. You can see at the front there. And these models are just phenomenal.
It's probably not really a kit that you'd buy two of.
It could be a character model in
because
an army,
you don't want to get.
Yeah, these look as good as Chaos Lord looked about a decade ago, right? So like you look at the detail of them, even down to that one at the front there with the massive two-handed axe. You can see the detail in his eyes. He just looks like a stone-cold black armored
skeleton.
The models are fabulous. They're
compared to other stuff.
Multi-build options, so you've got a few different ways that you can approach each one. Lots of interchangeability with things like heads.
Also, these are Chaos Chosen,
weaponry and things like that. Yeah. The detail on them is beautiful. You can imagine these painted up in all the various different incarnations of Khornate, Tzeentch,
I want to have
Nurgle and Slanesh, but they look pretty good in black and gold. So you know, if
I wouldn't do gold. I would do something else. But
lovely detailing on things like the banner there as well, and all of the weapons are kind of like runic. Kind of blessed by chaos, basically. So you've got that kind of
a movie based
recurring, glowing red power rune, which links back to things like Archean shield. So you've got that kind of recurring motif across the whole of the army.
I also think that there's going to be like a black market trade in things like the banner, because
the guys in that movie always reminded me of
40,000.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Burrow's got some pretty cool toys this year already.
Do you know what I like about these Chaos Warriors?
Certainly, yes, absolutely. If you wanted to mix and match between
like so many
between Chaos Space Marines and
so like there was like the ones
Chaos
that were like
Warriors, that has been a perennial favourite of
other ones that just
to
been
mix
bad
it together, make some really
like
nice
these
combos. But I mean, the models just
and
out
also
of the box
kind of like how they're
stunning examples of Chaos Warriors. Probably the best looking Chaos Warrior equivalent we've ever seen.
And I like the helmets. I don't
obviously.
I don't really like the helmets, but I don't mind the guy on the bottom
Demon
left.
Prince. I think that's the next.
The guy on the top left. I don't know.
Oh, we got the Ogrotherodons. How could we miss these guys? Such a tragic backstory.
Ogroids are sick,
an integral part of Archaon's sort of
because they're kind of
absolutely. So we've seen these guys before, former warriors of destruction turned chaos. They have particular hatred for the forces of destruction under Gorka Morka and are kind of now under the sway of Archaon with a desire to take back their ancestral homelands in the realm of beasts, but very much under the sway of chaos. They're the kind of lieutenants.
I think they're really great.
Yeah,
I agree, Alex.
After
I think
his holdings
they're
in the
pretty cool.
And
other Chaos.
Very cool little unit. And very bestial. Those weapons again, kind of linking back into those Chaos Chosen, but a little bit more on the rough and rugged side, I suppose.
But again, you kind of think the Ogroid should
and
be
now
like
the promised Demon Prince Badum.
Look at it!
Eddie has previously mentioned, comes with
like
a whole stack of options, so that you can build him either as a Warhammer Sigma Demon Prince.
I think the worst head is the one that they have on it,
and representing any one of the great gods of chaos, or that head that you see on the model, which kind of can serve.
Yeah, I think there's another one.
And obviously, all the things in this box as well will have their own separate release later on. So if you have a Chaos Space Marine army, which if you do, if you don't want to pick up this bit box and start a Slave to Darkness army, although you should, because Age of Sigmar's great and you'll like it.
I like it.
You will also be able to pick this guy up soon after the box separately for any of the various places you can have him. Demon Princes are in all sorts of factions, so you can have them in Chaos Demons. You can have them in Chaos Space Marines. You can have them in lots of different armies within the different settings.
Overall,
if it's Chaos flavored, you can probably have a Chaos Demon somewhere near your army.
All true. Right, and then as you would come to expect from one of these army boxes, the Battle Tome is found within it. The first way to get your hands on these
very cool cover.
Yeah, and it's a big one as well. So there's lots and lots of stuff in the Slaves to Darkness. In many ways, they are the kind of premier versions of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. You know, the Cruel Boys.
I mean, that'll probably be the special edition
things
one,
like that will kind of claim that they're
all the other ones
all
have
know
got
that
the red border or
is
whatever.
the true kind of evil mastermind of the Age of Sigmar. It also includes things like Be'lakor and his followers as well. So you've got the kind of full gamut of Slaves to Darkness, which basically encompasses everything within Chaos that isn't aligned to one of the various Chaos Gods or a Beastman. So there's a lot of stuff in this book.
Oh, I really want to do.
Awesome. Something to
that's the luminescent thingy cover
in the chat, wondering when they might see the next Battle Tome or you know the thing they're excited for on the horizon. Here is the roadmap.
Well, we didn't know I guess we didn't
know. No, but we hadn't seen. I don't think we'd seen those cover arts yet. They're pretty cool.
The Battle Tome roadmap, which you can see.
And they are new.
Next up is Disciples of Tzeentch, followed by Luminous Realm
Lords. That's
kind of like in the offing.
I think that's a new one.
That's kind of
they have to, or no one will be able to tell the difference.
Released for Luminous Realm Lords versus Tzeentch, so probably no prizes for guessing that was going to be the next couple of factions. But this confirms it that those are on the way very soon, and then soon afterwards. Along to go with that new Hunter and the new King Brod, the very, very cool, impressive new Mega Gargant. You've got the Ogre Tribes and the Sons of Behemoth Battle Tomes for destruction, and then coming in the Army Battle Box before the end of the year, you have.
I'll just get to show my love of them.
Special edition version of that Battle Tome, followed shortly after by the standard edition.
Well, that's what we said about
so exciting few months.
Way older line.
And a very excited.
Doom Divers
in the chat. Heart.
His time will come.
Just hold firm. You know, one day.
I've got a question
one day
for you.
Okay. Right. We are running over on time.
It's fine.
But I'm quite enjoying myself. So let us hold firm and maybe cast our minds back to the Age of Darkness.
Okay, so we're going to Heresy. Should I leave this on? Does everyone want to see this?
I have a question.
I mean, he's
the Heresy video is cool.
Son of the Emperor. He's one of 18 demigods that were created to conquer the galaxy.
Oh, is it actually Archeon?
I think it's Horus.
Not Archeon, Horus.
Nice.
Yeah, it's Horus. Wow.
He was an incredibly charismatic individual. He was a military genius, highly competent. The host of mankind would follow him literally into the gates of hell.
That's really cool.
He was put in charge of all of those armies when the Emperor retreated to Terra to undertake his own great work.
Studio Praetor is his title? That's godlike.
The ruinous powers, the forces of chaos.
Yeah, the Lumineth and Tzeentch both got new art, not just the weapons of other stuff.
They have to, though.
And I think they're actually new art as well, not just things, so that's nice.
The War Master was injured and he was taken to the Davenant Lodges.
That'd be a cool Chaos Lord model as well.
And it was during that ritual
looking at a shelf of Beasts of Chaos, I know, I'm sorry, Thor.
Worm its way into his soul. He appeared
all
to be the same, only he'd switched sides. He'd led this great rebellion against the Emperor. And then we get to the point
Beast of Chaos, the oldest book in Age of Sigmar,
undergoes a transformation.
Gloomspite gets the second oldest book in Age of Sigmar.
Period in the underworld.
Giants came out in what, 2020?
He's essentially the same model, the same design.
Alex, tell me if I'm right or wrong. I can't remember.
But every single point of him has been rendered in a way that
whatever,
makes
it's
it look
all
like
good.
He's swollen with the powers of chaos.
It'll just give me that much more time to really paint up all my gifts, make them shine.
That is moving onwards
I won't have
towards
to
its
panic
final
paint.
destination.
Alex has no idea. What good are you, Alex?
Look at that model. For your army.
So
he
sweet.
takes everything that's great about your army, magnifies
back in
it.
2
It makes
seconds.
it more spectacular in battle. It makes it braver. It makes it more, frankly, demonic. It powers up everything about your army, and it forms the ultimate sense.
If I were to play an army in Horus Heresy and it wasn't Space Wolves, it would be Sons of Horus. So that's kind of cool. We're still the prettiest, exactly. Don't look at our warts. Don't pay attention to what you see in that regard. And we have the most fun, right, Danny?
So important
Tell
to the underpinnings of the Warhammer 40,000 universe that he has an entire heresy named after him.
He's got a whole game named after him.
This is Horus Ascended.
That is cool, though.
What an unbelievably cool model this is.
This is one of the coolest models.
I think you're right, though.
Warhammer, I think. So
like, everyone can argue about aesthetics. Skaven is my favorite army.
Of the Horus Heresy
but there is more flavor
and you might have noticed
every
has 2 profiles.
Gloomspike gets
Horus the Warmaster,
unit
you've got Horus
than there are in
Ascended,
most armies.
Which basically is Horus swollen with the powers of
yeah,
chaos.
beauty marks.
Towards the latter half of Horus Heresy.
Yeah.
The powers of the Chaos Gods are kind of
they're beauty marks.
And
like Marilyn Monroe.
has kind of become this embodiment of chaos undivided, effectively.
Oh man.
The miniature is just completely awesome.
Turn,
and I think that
turn this off in spite,
for
but
me is that you can see all
I do love that model. I got
it from the original.
Oh man.
That have kind of transformed it. So
that's a big base too. That's probably like 100 millimeters.
Lots of the iconography that was previously like.
I'm gonna guess 100 millimeter base. Just piles of bodies. I feel like the Space Marine corpses should be what do you call it? The yellow guys. Imperial Fist, is that right?
Broken skeletons and the ruined corpses.
I can't remember their name. I think it's Imperial Fist.
You will definitely.
I've got the paint. The contrast paint. His mace is pretty cool too, hey? A lot of spikes.
Sorry,
oh, nice, you're back.
This shots here. I'll address the question in the chat.
You should read.
Yes, we are still the prettiest. Yes, we are.
You should read Danny's his second comment there. Yeah, I was saying like they're not warts or whatever, and he's like, yeah. You may call them warts, but other call them beauty marks. Great.
Okay, so that Horus model is awesome.
It is too cool, dude. Like, it makes me want to get into Heresy. I'm not going to.
I'm tempted. I'm waiting for more of the White Star stuff.
Yeah.
I would like to do White Scars if I was.
Oh, really? Cool. Very cool. I was gonna do Space Wolves or Sons of Horus, and that might have tipped me over. I actually do have Lehman Russ though.
Oh, the Horus Heresy one?
Yeah.
Nice.
I just want to paint them, but I don't have time. Oh man. They might show something else too, so I'm holding out hope.
Well, we also haven't seen the stuff. We've only seen up until winter.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, exactly.
Like,
that's not that far away. It's like another 4 months or so. So September, October, November, December. Yeah, it's 4 months. Like we knew about Slaves to Darkness like what 3 months ago. So show us into next year, GW. Don't be cowards. Are there any events for the rest of the year, like other than Nova and whatnot?
I don't think they'll do anything until LVO.
Nothing.
LVO is kind of
LVO's in January, I think.
Yes.
So then, like, when are they going to show us what's happening next year? Like next year? Oh yeah, that's the old model. The old model's kind of whack now, though, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's not whack. It's not the new model. I think they should have made his claw like glowing or something. They should have played up like, cause you know in like the classic art he's all red. That would have been cooler.
Yeah, that's dope.
Are you typing?
I would have one of those. I've just been posting the pictures up on Twitter.
Oh, nice.
As we've been going, just because obviously a lot of the UK people will be watching this.
That's a cool idea.
So usually when these videos come out, I just screenshot just copy and paste the pictures and stuff. Yeah, that's a cool model.
It's really cool.
I will not lie.
I think he is 1,000 points. In the game.
1,000 points.
Like into the region of things like.
Now I know they play more points in Heresy. I want to say they pay 3,000 points per battle, but that's still a third of your army. That's
well, he's the one who's supposed to be able to give the Emperor a run for your money. So yeah, he should be.
Well, we don't know yet. We don't know.
True, we haven't had the new version. Yeah.
We only know what they tell us in the history books, but have you heard that theory that it's Sanguinius kills Horus and then he goes full berserk and then the Emperor has to put him down and then they just cover it all up?
Probably, yeah.
That would be sick.
Especially if he wounds him, like kills him in the same place that Leman Russ stabbed him.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Leman Russ stabbed him and then paused and could have killed him, but didn't.
He stabs him.
Yeah, so they might do a whole, because that was kind of like a poignant thing to add.
Yeah.
So I can very much imagine them basically having Sanguinius doing the same thing and stabbing him in the same place.
Yeah.
And maybe killing him, but then the Blood Range taking him over.
Because Sanguinius is supposed to be the best, right?
This may not be the last of the
He's supposed to be like the best fighter. He takes out a freaking bloodthirster. Or maybe it's Angron. I guess we don't know yet. But oh baby, yeah, that's a sick model. Ooh, that'd be a man if they come out with a plastic Sanguinius. Like, oh god, like what do I do?
I mean, they've got her at some point.
Yeah, I guess they will.
If they're doing all the Horus Heresy ones, because are the Horus Heresy ones resin or?
Yeah,
plastic?
they're all Forge World resin thus far, except for Horus.
Ooh, and Malleus Calgar, not Malleus Calgar, Gilliam.
Gilliman is. Well, Gilliman's is in 40k. Oh, nice.
Sure.
Here, I'll turn it up.
They look a lot better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, metal music.
That's his concentrating face. Yeah.
I would have had like Lady K-pop or something.
Nice K-pop. Oh no.
No, what is it called? Lady Boy or it's like a heavy metal band, but it's like a guy and two girls, but he wears like a girl stuff.
I mean, this is
kind
of
like a big
sick,
bearded guy.
I'm not a heavy metal guy much. I'm more into hip hop and that kind of thing, but like this suits them way more. Ooh, that red is nice. Yo. See, that's how you do red. And
Blood for the Blood God.
Oh,
indeed.
Man.
So we've
Blood
seen
for the Blood
one
God.
of the new Berserkers before. This is now the full squad.
I wonder if they'll show
in all their cornet glory.
He got way too British there.
Mega, right? So everything you could want from a unit of Khorne Berserkers.
He needed like
this
some
is
tea
the
with his
full
pinky
squad.
out. Blood for the Blood God, yes, very much so.
Five we'll show you in a second.
I do declare.
And there's a mix of all sorts of different features.
Man.
Everything that's kind of iconic about Khorne Berserkers. So you've got chain axes, you've got chain swords, you've got some very chaotic looking plasma guns. You've got
there's too
relics,
many cool things
and icons of Khorne.
Someone just posted up a thing saying
massive
that they're
crests.
at
You've got skulls.
the reveal, so I've told them to
there's
shout justice
options
for
in the
kids.
box as well, so you can make them.
One second, I couldn't hear you.
Oh, someone's posted that they were at the Nova reveal.
Yeah.
So it said they should shout justice for kids.
Justice for kids.
Justice for kids.
Oh man. I like that. I think the brass, like if you're gonna do brass, that's how you do it. You don't make it too orangey.
Yeah, they look cool. They're cool.
Yeah. No, they are really. They're. Really
I like it how
cool.
they're kind of sticking to be similar to the old ones, so they're not like too different, but they're different enough to make them good.
Totally.
There's a couple of guys in that unit with massive two-handed versions.
The Khorne Berserkers or something similar. I think they might have just been called Chaos Space Marines at the time, but I can't remember. I don't remember, but it was like mid-90s. I bought a pack of, I think they were Khorne Berserkers, were my very first thing I ever bought in 40k, because I just wanted something really elite to play. And he didn't need many models. They're cool, man. I'm hoping for more. Like, there might be more AoS stuff.
on the community site for you guys to.
Because they, I mean,
so they've shown Underworlds.
Yeah.
They've shown AoS. They've shown 40k, and they've shown Horus. So that's the 4 that they were going to do.
But they did 40k first, and then they went back to 40k. So maybe.
Let's hope the end, if it's an end video, it's kids.
That would be so
for the sake of all the Gits players, I'm looking on the Discord at the minute, and everyone's the same guy.
Just do like
we all knew it was coming.
Don't even need to show like a model. Just show like a little cartoon of like a Doom Diver.
Yeah, like they did with the Sylvanet. There was that little video of the caravan getting jumped.
Yeah, exactly.
Icons and a couple of alternate weapons with things like.
Give us some hope. Hope for early 2021.
And obviously, this isn't everything.
Yeah, that would be like exactly 3 years later.
Now I want to take my Gits to OVO and just have a big giant banner saying "Justice for Kids."
Justice
for kids.
You should like take a knee for Gits.
Like take it with bringing them here. We're gonna do terrible, and then we're gonna send it to Games Workshop, the battle report saying, "Give us a new book."
Yeah. I mean, okay. Well, if they come up with new models, are you going to be what do you call it? Like
depends on what they are. Because if you think about it, like so
like ogres are getting one new model, obviously, right? No arguments there, right? So,
but like the Squid Gobber is an old resin Forge One model.
Yeah,
so that if they're going to bring that in, they probably need to make a plastic version and make it better. Currently, ogres and Gits do not have some of their iconic pieces, so they don't have rock lobbers or they don't have doom divers, and these are like iconic. Like you look at Total War Warhammer and stuff, they're iconic kind of Goblin and Gits pieces. We don't have them.
Yep,
so they can easily bring them back in.
Like articles for you to click in and read.
You know, and you can even bring in some like armored Gits or something, or armored trolls. Or there's different things you can do. Or like another variant of Trolloth. Like at the minute you've got stone trolls and river trolls.
Where you'll be able to do hands on
another troll.
The models for the first time.
But there is options for models to do. There's like spiders as well.
Give me shroom trolls. Yeah, spiders need it badly. Yeah. There's a bunch.
And a codex.
There's a bunch of options.
They're just doing the recap now.
No, I know, but at the end sometimes they go, oh, and by the way, yeah.
We'll keep an eye out.
Fingers crossed.
Things coming out for Warhammer Age of Sigmar.
Because they're doing the route, and then it's like, oh, and then we're leaving with this final piece.
I mean,
I'd just be a squig bouncing across the screen.
This is kind of the year. I like that guy.
And the biggest, literally, character in the Mortal Realms, the King
Tron, the stupid name.
He's going to weigh a lot less than my Dread Saurian, I'll tell you that much for free.
And we looked.
I could kill a man with my Dread Saurian.
Slaves to Darkness.
Captain Muffethead.
Little shout out, by the way. Have a look at the writing on that picture when you get a chance and you go onto Warhammer.
Thanks for hanging, Jamesy. Yeah, thanks for coming, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you for everyone that came. Yeah, let's see if there's something at the end for us.
Yeah. Anyway, we're hoping there's one more thing.
The first place to get your hands on all these kits. And the
battle team, James.
Yes, and the battle team. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, give us some hope.
And then we went from here into the Age of Darkness with a new Horus.
We know we were there, although I guess maybe not everyone was.
Of a model, and then we finished out with a little bit of Blood for the Blood God.
Oh my God,
with the new Berserkers. That is, quite frankly,
doing that Hey Y'all song.
If you are one of the people in the chat going, oh no God, my heart is broken, just think how long the Khorne Berserker fans have been waiting for these models. Since those Khorne Berserkers came out, Guard have had no less than...
It's so hype when they do like one more thing
across
at the end.
More. Oh, I'm tempted to do the maths, but I won't.
In fairness though, this has been a pretty good...
It has. It's like... Although the Age of Sigmar level is not the same.
No, I mean, Age of Sigmar just got 2 hero models, but like some of the stuff that we've already seen because of spoilers. But like, that's still like the level of some of those models. Like every system there got cool.
You've got 4 days of
like the Rune Feast for 40k was awesome. The Giant was pretty cool actually. That Horus
if
was
you've chosen
awesome.
to spend some of your time with us, there's more than 14,000 of you currently in the chat right now.
14,000.
Thank you so much. Hope you even have
They had 18,000 at
or
one
a lovely
point.
day, whichever it is that it's facing.
Like considering the time in the UK.
Yeah.
I can't.
I wonder if some of the 40k people are like, oh, it's the 40k stuff's done, I'm out, and then.
The day tomorrow. That's it from us. Thank you, Raf, for pressing all the buttons in the right order and making all this technology work. For Notley, leader of the Moderati, pressing buttons and making sure the chat worked. for you people in the chat being so nice and civilized. Eddie?
Nice and civilized. That doesn't sound right like the chat.
In the Miniature Studios and the Book and Box Games teams and everywhere who's made all these things for me to talk about. We will see you again very soon.
Thank you for not posting those.
No.
Oh well. I'm pretty. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied as well. If we do get what do you call it? If we get like some kind of like a decent gets, not even a refresh, but if we get like more than like the Icebrow Hunter, then I would prefer to wait and get more models than to get them right now and just get a book. You know, or just get a book and like one model. But so I guess how's that gonna work then? Ogres are getting the Icebrow Hunter in a dual box with what? With giants? That seems unlikely. Is that what it is? It's like King Broad versus ogres?
Maybe.
Like King Broad, because he's going to be like at least $240 probably Canadian.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably, yeah. Unless they're not doing a box set.
Maybe they're not.
Maybe it's going to be ogres versus Slaves of Darkness, and it's going to cut the Suns out.
Well, the Slaves of Darkness are getting the special army box thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to get a versus box as well. Would love to be wrong. But yeah, maybe it's giants. Likely no battle box. Huh? Maybe not. Yeah, I just assumed that there was going to be something, you know. But hey, that's cool. But thanks to everyone for hanging out. Really appreciate it. This was so much fun. If they do any more of these at like a civilized hour in Canada, then I'm super up for this. So yeah. Do you have anything to add, Dale?
I was just writing a tweet. Just letting my rage on Twitter. No, yeah, I mean, it's good. Like, I think we had like 18 people at one point, which is great.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, all it is basically I like watching these anyway.
Me too.
So having some people just to like chat to, and I know there's so many of these international. I know like AoS Coach does one, and Honest Wargamer does one. I think Hey Woe was doing one, but it's like this is just a little local one for like some of the Vancouver to, you know, the Pacific Northwest people that might watch, and it's kind of like a fun thing just to do, like, you know,
yep.
people that you know and kind of talk to.
And not only that, but our chat is way funnier than any other chat. So.
Oh,
yeah.
We got best chat.
Best chat.
Okay, well, I'm gonna peace out. I'm gonna go make some dinner and then drink more wine because there was no gits.
Because there was no gits. You're gonna drown your sorrows in mushroom wine.
I'm gonna go and stroke some squigs.
Oh.
And just be like, it's okay, baby. Next year, 2023, and they'll make it worth our while. You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna come out in 2023, and they're gonna bust the army. It's gonna be like the most ridiculous stuff. And then all these people are gonna be like, "Whoa, I've always collected gits." It's like, no, you weren't there. You weren't there in that day when our hearts were broken.
Exactly. You were
playing
spiders when they were the worst unit in the game.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks again to everyone for watching with us and who are watching this in the future. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.